YouTube, Twitter, D&D people, welcome to a special edition of Homebrewercritic Beer Reviews, where today we're doing something a little different. The beer I decided to do today is Ninkasi's R&D Critical Hit 2012 Reserve Barley Wine Ale. Big name, but hopefully we're going to get some amazing results from it. Since it's actually based off of D&D and it's called Critical Hit, it's got a D20 on the label. It comes with this nifty little character sheet, which is pretty interesting. I figured what better way than to try this beer than to share it with my own D&D group, which we will do when they get here in a couple of hours. I'll let them taste it and they can tell you what they think, and hopefully it'll entice you to go out and get it yourself. A little bit of history of the Ninkasi company, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly. They named their company after a goddess of fermentation, which is pretty cool. Beer fermentation, good beer, right? Keep everybody happy. Keep the goddess happy. The beer I found, well, Ninkasi does a lot of hoppy beers, really hoppy beers. If you like hoppy beers, Ninkasi is definitely a good company for you to get a variety of different malts and hop combinations for different beer flavors. This particular beer that we're going to try on their website lists it at 110 IBUs. I'm pretty sure is going to be punch you in the face hop-tasticness. Trademarked. It's 10.4% alcohol by volume, so you know it's going to pack a punch. It's probably going to have an alcohol flavor to it, which is, it's not a bad thing. I'm not sure how long it's been aged for. When I bought it last month at a beer store over in Olympia, and the lady behind the counter told me typically you want to age something like this for 6 years. We're not going to do that. Sorry, we're going to drink this now. That's not a bad thing. You probably could enjoy it that way since it is a barley wine. It's only going to get better as it ages, but I'm not going to wait, and we're not going to make you wait either. I paid, the label actually has it listed as $13.99, so you're probably looking at, you know, $14 to $15, that range for the beer. But you know, it's got really high alcohol content, it's got a lot of IBUs, and it's a special edition beer, so you're going to expect to pay a little bit of a premium on it. No big deal. I'm excited to try it, and I hope you guys are too. I'm excited for my friends to get here to give this beer a shot, and we'll see what it's like, and hopefully you'll go out and get it yourself. Alright guys, they're here like I promised, so D&D group, World D&D group, the beer. So, also, unfortunately, Sam will not be joining us in this as he's not 21, and we don't advocate beer to minors, so.
Oh.
Really?
Thank you, Quadro.
So just by sitting here pouring it, it doesn't really have any head retention whatsoever, and I'm not being gentle with it. So it is a barley wine, so it's going to have, you know, an extremely high alcohol content anyways, and it pours kind of smooth. And the color itself is very, very dark. It smells extremely sweet.
It does. Smells like honey.
Yeah, I was gonna say honey and caramel maybe. Caramel malt is aged longer, or the type of yeast that was used. A lot of different factors could play in this. Yeah, it's gonna taste really sweet. Anyways, yeah. Cheers, gentlemen.
I think it'll taste like
Critical Hit.
nice and thick.
Yeah, it's kind of heavy on your tongue, but it says it's got 110 IBUs, and yet it does not hit you in the face with a hop at all.
I feel the hop now. It's very subtle.
Yeah, it's extremely subtle hop. It doesn't, I mean, usually when you get that kind of IBUs, you're talking about bitter beer face, or you have that palate coating flavor that really just lets you know you're drinking a really hoppy beer. This is not that. This pretty much tastes like it smells. It's got that sweet kind of cloying, syrupy flavor to it, and it's not bad. It's really enjoyable, but all in all, I think I enjoyed it. It's definitely malty more than hoppy, in my opinion. What do you think?
After effect, I can definitely taste the hops after.
Like a lingering.
At first, it's thick, kind of like oatmeal, like a good stouty oatmeal.
You're talking like the mouthfeel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the texture.
Sure.
Which I think covers up the sweet. aspect. It smells sweet, but
It doesn't taste sweet.
it sure doesn't. It doesn't taste bad either.
I like it. Neely, anything?
It's very sweet. It's a good, smooth beer. I call it a bitch beer.
Bitch beer?
'Cause I prefer a lot more hops in my beer, but it's not bad. I mean, it's a very drinkable beer.
Yeah, well, it's that's what's confusing is it lists 110 IBUs, which is your hoppy flavor, and yet it doesn't have it. It doesn't have it at all. It's not there.
It's in the back of the throat.
Chicken? Mike, actually, but we call him Chicken.
Very good.
Like
I'm
it?
thoroughly enjoying it. Thoroughly.
And as you can see, kind of, Chicken actually brought 2 of his own Ninkasi bombers with him today. I didn't tell him to do that. He did it on his own. So,
It's my gaming beer.
Yeah.
Caleb, what do you think?
It's got that nice like aftertaste that kind of like lifts on it in your palate, and I kind of like how that it rolls differently than you would see it with a normal kind of beer.
So when you drink it, it develops. The flavors develop the longer you have it. Okay. I like it too. I don't know if I'm going to buy it all the time, as it's a $14+ beer. It might be something I'd buy to kind of enjoy on special occasions like this today.
It's gonna kill us all.
That may happen in D&D, anyways. So overall, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 beers, Ninkasi. I like it. It's enjoyable. It's probably priced right for what it is. I'm not a fan of barley wines, but I wish there was more hop based on what you told me there was in it. So 7.5.
I give it a 6.
6. Neely, out of 10?
5.
5. Wow. 5.
But that's just personal preference.
I'd say an 8. I enjoyed it that much.
An 8. Good. Good beer.
7.
7. So we're averaging probably a 6.5 to a 7 in Kasi. Good beer. Could be better. Here's to you. Cheers, Ninkasi.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, guys. If you enjoyed the review, if you enjoyed the beer, make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Get me on Gmail. If you want any beers you want me to do a review for, you go ahead and put it in the comments below. We'll get to them. If you want to see anybody else back, you want to see Nate, Reddick, Chicken, Sam,
You don't want me
Caleb,
back
Sam.
because I'm a douchebag.
We can't have Sam here yet, but he is turning 21 in August, and maybe we'll do a special beer review for him. Woo! If you want to see him drink something special, put it in the comments below, and we'll make him do it. I promise you, it will happen.
Hogarden. I'm going on there.
Oh, the Hogarden. That's gross. We don't do bad beer reviews in this house.
Hogarden for you. Hey, you said if it's posted on there. I'm going on
So
there.
you're gonna go on there and post it.
Sessions while we're at it.
Hogarden for your 21st.
This is not a normal beer review. See what happens when you get friends together enjoying good beer? So, Ninkasi, thank you for that. You made this happen. You're also part of that, so we're gonna definitely try other beers from Ninkasi. If you haven't tried Ninkasi, go out and try the beers. They have a good plethora amount of them. Their Otis Vanilla Stout is delicious. I like the Tricera hops. They have a good amount of flagship beers. This is just their research and development series, one of them anyways, so if you disagree, but go out and get a beer. Try it yourself. Let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. I like the fact that it comes with this little character sheet. It's got its own little roll here, which is kind of interesting. It looks like the 3rd edition. Oh no, this is 4th edition. 4th edition character sheet. Not that you guys that drink beer care, but it's kind of funny. Something to keep, little token, little remembrance. This early edit. Make a. I would use that joke. Do 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 do.
Still interesting.
Yes.
I think it might be one of those kind of beers that, as you drink it, the more you sip on it, the more it diffuses your tongue with the taste.
Yeah, the
Then
flavors are
it
gonna
gets way smoother.
change a little bit, but I still have that barley wine sweetness. It really overtakes the palate.
I'll taste it back here.
I think I need to slow down more and let it kind of relax a little bit. But
It's a critical hit to the palate.
it's a critical hit to the palate. Bang.